All right, let's get into it with a prologue. Today, our prologue is sponsored by Loctite Superglue, which was completely ineffective for putting this neon sign back together. So now we're returning it to Amazon.com.
Nice.
So
But Loctite
they shouldn't
Superglue.
sponsor us.
Well, I'm giving the little guys some attention. I'm hoping if they can up their marketing game, they'll have some more money for research and development for better superglue in the future.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Dusk has settled on the city of Charvassus. The perfectly pruned trees casting a maniacal array of shadows across this dim alleyway. Two figures stand over a set of alchemist supplies, one supervising, while the other carefully drops small portions of purple liquid into a vial. The chemist looks to the other figure and asks, "Are you sure this dosage is correct?" The other nods apathetically. The guy never minces words. "I'm sure whatever he gave you is what he wants." The chemist shrugs and returns to his work, silent. Now, at the mouth of the alleyway, two additional figures emerge. One, a middle-aged man, wearing a dark black cloak, and the other, a red dragonborn, with gleaming yellow eyes. Visick and Cade move swiftly towards the original two and greet them with handshakes. "Gentlemen, is everything ready for my... Is everything ready to my specifications?" "Yes, sir. In the dosages you asked for." "Perfect. You've done a very brave thing for your country today. I'm very proud to be considered your ally." Visick will take two vials, one a lavender-colored liquid, and the other a pale green, from the chemist, and hand them to Cade. "When you enter, you'll only have minutes to find them. Remember, green for the elf, and purple for the human. We'll come back and pull them out later once the panic dies down." Cade nods and begins walking back out of the alley. Visick stays back with the two other figures for a moment. "Visick, it is such an honor to be of service. We feel so lucky to be involved in the plan. Oh, my friends, you have served your purpose beautifully." Then you watch as Visick places a hand on a shoulder of each man. They're ecstatic, smiling from ear to ear. Then they begin to cough. Their eyes glance from side to side, panicked, clearly uncomfortable. Their skin begins to pale, then to shrivel. Chemist attempts to break free and run, but his bones crack under his weight. In a matter of moments, the two men are reduced to withered, dried folds of flesh. Well then, on to the Willoughbys.
Really brought me back to Specimen Zero when Groundhog got attacked by the skin flap.
Yeah. Yeah. Ah. In flaps. All right. Roll initiative.
I think some of us already did, right?
I don't think so. At least not in D&D.
That's not a 2. That's a 20. Fuck off.
No, you're right. I was looking at wisdom saves. Apparently, we're all making wisdom saves. What do I got? Oh, that's right.
That's a good initiative roll. Okay. Take it.
Yeah. Oh, it's looking good, Eric. Ern, you're not the last in the initiative order this time.
I don't know how it's possible to get a cocked dice on D&D Beyond, but I did. And it was like showing the 20 face up. It was like, nope.
I 2. Will say, I forgot to say this and last time it was like halfway through the session before I remember to do this. But Archer's dice today is a 17.
Nice.
So you can use a 17 throughout the whole thing. You have a 17 to replace. If you want to change your initiative, you can use that right now. You can use it for the first
It's
roll.
probably
of the
smart
session if you want.
because then we'd remember it. But I'm
Yeah.
fine with less. Honestly, I think we should reserve the Archer roll for Trent.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I second that.
I was thinking initiative.
Let me.
That's
I'm gonna
pretty
roll
rough.
for Brackle
Pretty
real
rough
quick.
to roll a 2.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
We're gonna forget and use it for something mundane, like I don't
Yeah.
know.
That's what
Looking at
I
some
think that's what we're
worms.
gonna end up doing, right? Like, yeah.
The,
Like, oh,
the
let's do
very
it
last
for
roll. Ah,
check or
I
something,
guess I'll use it. Yeah.
which I think I did once, right? For like a nature check or something.
I think so. I think some. Yeah, something like that.
I would say Donovan just use it.
I'm not going to.
Yeah, why not?
He's not going to do it unless we tell him to.
Do it. Do it.
I'm on an elephant with 2 Ecleodrox. Okay, I'm not worried about going last.
I wanted to send this result to the turn tracker, but no valid token was selected. Oh no.
I don't know. I kind of like someone with wizard spells to go pretty early on in combat.
Well, luckily, at the top of the combat order is Brackle Baff, but he's not playing right now.
Listen,
So
depending on how you look at it, Urzok is going to go first. He's just surprised, and then he goes first.
oh wow!
That doesn't
Look at all these things happening before my eyes. I think I'll go now. All right. So
Sorry,
you
we're
see,
messing up Donovan, like
we take
Urzok's
damage
character.
you did not. No. So if you have
9
damage
damage.
dealt, it just means you didn't long rest. That was probably from the bone fields in some capacity. So you can go ahead and long rest.
Okay.
Is it? Have we? So we long rested, but has another dawn passed?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was the closest 2 long rests have been to each other in 2 years, I think.
So let's see here. I get another D20 charges on my ring. Well, there you go.
Would anybody like to recap from last time?
See, all I remember is the Bone Dog.
Bone dog.
Bone dog.
I know we named him something.
We did.
I think bone dog. Dog bone?
Dog bone.
Oh yeah, instead of dog meat, it was dog bone. That's right.
Yeah.
Dogbone. We found Dogbone. Somebody was talking to Dogbone. I want to say it was
Of all
Teth.
people.
I think it's Teth. Yeah,
Yeah.
the most sensitive. One.
Yeah.
And Dogbone is looking for his special bone, which I don't know if we ever actually helped him find, or
You sure did not.
we got him.
We kind of pieced them back together a little bit, though.
We pieced them back together a little bit. Some bones that I think were actually kind of out of place, but all of his bones were actually out of place, so it was on brand. He told us that he was serving under some cult that Urzok was familiar with, some Dragonborn dude, and he
undead,
was.
right.
We. I don't know
You
if we
never
did or
found
not.
out for sure.
Oh, okay.
Above table, no. But your
Oh.
characters wouldn't know either way.
He's either undead or old. You put it that way.
Yeah.
And he's the king god shit of this place. And we said, you know what? We're gonna be nice to this dog, and also simultaneously avoid this guy because whereas he's not the worst thing alive. He's also not good news either. So intentionally attempted to steer clear of him by taking a little bit longer of a route around. Once we tried to leave the field, Dogbone fell apart. So we carried his ashes and sprinkled them back into the bone field where he reincarnated, I believe.
Yep.
Thus stifling our attempt at enlarging the Vern army. After that, I think we rested at some point.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what conversations happened during that rest, if any.
Maybe that was not a rest with conversations, but that right before the rest was when Teth rolled low on sanity and saw Moth out in the desert or out in the rocks.
Oh yeah.
It was before, right? Yeah. So yeah, all of us had
And then
different
Brackle eye
variations
bited
of,
it.
different variations of mental breakdowns. God, Vern kind of just had thoughts of his mother, and Urzak felt a tingle from the orb. I don't really remember everyone else. But then, yeah, Teth saw Moth and felt an overwhelming urge to go to her and, in a very calm, direct fashion, like went and landed Zion to let Peepup off and was like getting in the blocks, ready to sprint away. And yeah, he used something else before. I think he tried to use Dominate Person. And
I think
then that failed. And then he used Eye Bite.
Well,
Which
he said
succeeded.
he used Dominate Person, and then he said fix yourself, and I just did Cleansing Touch.
Oh, yeah.
Ended every spell.
That's right. Yep.
Eye bite, nice. That's
And he used
cool.
Eye Bite, which settled the Teth down. And I don't remember much else. Other than Teth was finally
that was
calmed down. And then we
I'm
rested.
pretty sure that was it. Yeah, and then you rested.
And then we
I
started
think
heading
we
towards.
didn't do much conversation because we did a lot of that during the last rest.
Yeah, then we started heading towards the orb again, and we were ambushed by stone people.
Yeah, big stone creatures.
There was also, I forgot, there was also a very big theme of Pokemon last episode.
Oh yeah, Cubone.
Dogbone was not Cubone, and how these are definitely not stone journers.
Yes.
Right as at the end there, the one thing of note that I was like, oh, that's interesting, was right before we got jumped, Coil was saying that the weave was all jacked up.
Yeah, I forgot that I said that.
Yep, he basically was like, something's not right, and then
He has a spidey sense.
Yeah. Yeah, if nothing else, the last minute unable to be avoided weave sense sure does come in handy. All right. At the top of the turn order. Actually, I'll explain the setting, I guess, real quick. You now that you are kind of in the middle of this circle of stones, these are all. It seems to be one seamless wall of stone, which is strange because it is slowly moving in to you. So it is incrementally getting smaller and smaller. But it appears to the naked eye as a flat surface of stone. The wall itself is about 25-30 feet high. So you can imagine if you can fly, you could probably get over it. But it is moving inward pretty rapidly. Also underneath your feet, now that your attention is kind of focused within this area, all of these mephits start burrowing up from the ground. Hey!
Sorry,
The
fella.
ground itself also is cracking is a bad choice of word because it's not like fissures opening in the ground, but it feels like a series of different plates almost that are moving independently. They're moving slightly up and down beneath your feet. They're different sizes. Some of them are very small, like a square foot or so. Others are very large, like 20 square feet. Uh, so that is happening too. And then these 5 big golems are inside of the stone wall with you, and they are all facing you. Uh, Bracklebath, you're here now. You are actually at the top of the turn order.
Hello.
So you are going first.
Urzok's first. He's just letting everyone else go first.
He's just very generous with his time. Yeah.
So I apologize. I was late. My phone died, so I couldn't text you guys. Just give me a 15-second rundown. What's going on?
You're in combat.
We're in combat. Big stones.
Big stones. All
Yeah,
right.
it's your turn.
Big stones. The circle on the map is a solid sheer stone wall. It's about 30 feet high. It
Okay.
is slowly moving inward towards your position. And you are less than a mile ish, maybe just right about a mile east of the mountains where you believe the purple orb to have gone. So you're close to your destination with this one last hurdle in place before you. The sky is open also.
Okay.
Above the wall, you can still see the sky, so you're not enclosed in anything. It's just about 30 feet up, a circular wall around you.
All right. So we have stone golems, and what were the little guys?
They are mud mephits.
Mud.
They're pretty common, so I'm just going to give you the name of what they are.
Yeah. I got it. All right. All right. Well, I will range. So I will. I will cast Legend Lore. No, I'm going to.
Tell me about the golems.
I need to know.
Legend lore and augury, my 2 least favorite spells now.
I will cast Polymorph,
Ooh, okay.
and I just need to confirm what I'm doing, but I'm pretty sure I know.
Turn into another elephant.
Oh yeah, it should be noted that your whole walking party is in fact in with you. So
Is what?
they're in with you. It's not
Okay.
just the 5 of you. I mean, you have Hargrave there with you, but you have more creatures to protect than are trying to attack you.
You mean we have
Or that-
Coil?
Yep.
You have
Okay,
Coil. You could enlist him to fight if you wanted to.
Zethla with a Hulkbuster armor.
That's true. Zethlo does have
That's
his
fine.
Okay, I will turn into a giant ape,
perfect.
Brackle Kong.
Yeah.
I think I actually have that
Yeah,
already saved in here.
I've done it a few Tims. Okay, Brackle Kong. Where are you? There.
Oh, maybe not.
That's weird, but that's fine. All right. Well, I will run up to this gentleman here and make 2 fist attack.
Great.
And the first one is a natural 1. So that's gonna miss.
That
Not a
is
good
going to
start.
miss. Giant ape is
Probably
large,
hit.
right?
That's dirty 20 to hit. Um, 21 damage if a 20 hits a mephit.
Yeah, it does.
He is huge, by the way, Barnes.
Huge. Okay.
Huge.
Oh, I can't hear anybody. All
Can you hear us now?
right, I'm gonna start Discord over.
Guess not.
Still can't hear you. All right.
It's just not talking the rest of the night.
Charles, you're fine.
Just mouth everything that we do.
I also have to roll dice every once in a while. Right.
Oh, you can't hear me, can you? Can you hear me, Andrew? I forgot how much damage you did. Oh.
He's done.
All right. Goodbye.
Dimension door.
Oh,
He also said he would reset Discord and then didn't leave the call the whole time. So I'm like, I just reset the whole fucking computer, dude.
I was thinking that I sometimes disconnect from Discord, and I'm pretty sure my whole avatar or whatever would stay here, and the camera would still stay live on Discord. Has so many glitches. I think.
yeah.
Definitely not perfect.
Oh yeah. So can I ask the
Hey.
requiring attunement on the shield, my Pavis?
Mhm.
It still says it's giving me all the +3 armor class because I don't have attunement slot for it unless I unattune from something and use this long rest to attune to the shield.
That was one of the first homebrew items I ever made. So I'm assuming that I did it the wrong way. And
is it just gonna be a normal +2 if I just hold the shield?
No, when you make an item in D&D Beyond, it gives you the option to choose which benefits require attunement and which ones don't. And I probably just didn't check attunement for any of it. So it's probably giving you all the benefits without requiring being attuned. But that's not how it's designed. So kindly unequip it, Brad.
I will.
Thank you, sir. Andrew, can you hear us now?
Should I do something a little bit different where I feel like I'm fine unattuning from my Coralon's Golden Basin? How often do I need a dancing sword? How often do I need swarms of ravens? Hot sun.
I've never seen you do either of those things.
Yeah, and I'm really
I've seen-
disappointed.
I've
I haven't
seen-
seen them.
You
I
did the
used
Ravens
them,
once,
but-
right?
I
You did
used
the
it, but
Ravens
no
against the
effect.
Elder Brain. Yeah,
Actually, Swarm of Ravens just reset on this dawn, so I can now
that's true.
summon a swarm.
You could swarm of ravens. These things.
Could I,
Andrew,
long
I
rest attune
forgot.
to the Pivies?
What's that?
How much damage did you do?
Yeah, you can
21.
actually.
I'm doing that.
21. Okay.
Sorry, I lost all sound from you guys.
It's all good. Great. Yeah, you just like straight up chop or I guess you don't chop it. You're hitting it. You just knock a giant piece of its body off of the rest of its body. Like you separate mud from
Mud.
the rest of its being. They're all made of mud. They're made of mud.
They're mud boys.
They're elementals. So you severed a bunch of its body away. Still kind of standing, but not very well.
They're mutters.
That's gonna move us on to Teth. Initiative 21 as well.
Okay. Let me zoom back in. So, just to clarify, because it's a little vague, but I don't really intend to use him for much. But Ion goes with me, correct?
Yeah, if you're mounted, your speed is substituted with Ion speed, but you can still use your actions, and
Yeah.
you're on top of Ion.
Yep. So theoretically, we could fly whatever his flying speed is for the movement action portion of it. Yeah.
Yep.
It's okay. I have the the beloved NPC that only everybody cares about, Peepup. So he's
If
safe
Peepup
on-
dies, we're doing a
I'm
TPK
gonna fucking
Yeah,
boot him
start
off of
this whole
this.
chapter over again.
or a TPS, a total party suicide.
I'm gonna fucking throw him into this brick wall.
We're out.
Yeah. So I'm going to trying to remember how to do the like the grab and move thing, like where you hold shift and it shows you how far you're moving. While you hold your icon.
If you're holding your icon with left click, if you click right click, it'll show you your distance,
There you go, perfect.
and then you can keep clicking it to segment it.
Okay. Going to use Ion's movement to move 60 feet. I will move. Fortunately, I cannot move Peepup,
Beep beep.
but he is Ion.
I'm gonna give you. Oh, it's determined by character settings. This is the one thing that I don't understand about Roll20. It
Nobody
just
does.
doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Makes less sense than the character sheets, which is a lot.
Oh, do we
So-
have an archer roll today?
17.
We
Yeah,
do.
come on.
It's a 17.
Oh, nice.
17.
We had some hot fingers
Can
today.
be edited and controlled by Billy. I'm also going to group the three of you together. Go ahead and try moving now, Teth. See if you can move all three of you together.
Right?
You should be grouped. Hey, nice.
I also assumed they're just at whatever, I don't know what a normal flying height was, but it's not like obviously to the top of the dome. Maybe, I don't know, whatever the height of the elephants would have been. So 10 feet.
Oh, yeah, 10 feet. I also should clarify these mephits are like hovering above the ground. So they're like within 3 to 5 feet of the ground, within melee range, but not flying.
Mm.
So they are not connected to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to take a look at this weird fucking dome and see if I can determine if this is a spell, if this is an effect of some kind, if it looks brittle. I don't know. I guess I could pick one.
You could pick one, and I would let you use a check as a bonus action for one of those, unless you want to use passive perception, I guess. If you want to think about it more deeply, you'd use your action to do it.
Passive's pretty good. I guess I'd want to see if Because it just came out of the earth, right? Like it just went boop.
Straight up out of the ground. Yep.
I guess first things first, to kind of view if it's brittle, breakable, how hard that would be. Just get an idea of like durability of it.
For that, I suppose you could make like an athletics check to hit it with something and see
Okay.
that way, or you could make a nature check to inspect the actual stone, or an investigation check to look for weak points.
I'll do you one solid. I'm going to do that through casting Moonbeam.
Oh, okay. Fair. All right. Explain how you're. Explain this then. What is this
Okay.
going to look like?
Specifically, Teth is attuned to the wonderful relic known as the Orb of Power, which is provided by his Lord and Savior Talos. Well, I'll tell you right now, I don't know if it's a Pokemon thing, but I feel like thunder and rocks don't mesh very well together. So let me actually reread one of these features real quick.
Above table, I was thinking about that when I was making these monsters, and I was like, I've made so many things resistant or immune to lightning, and I can't do that to Vern again. So they are not. They are not, because I've done that like 4 times where the main enemy does
Vern's
not
like,
get hit by lightning.
Pretty early on, I regretted not going fire. So further reaffirming that I made the wrong choice in the beginning of this campaign.
Idiot.
It's really funny
Stupid.
because Earth Elementals always throw me off because they're immune to poison. Which makes me think that ground Pokemon, every time I play Pokemon, I always think that they're immune to poison, but it's steel
Are they
types
not?
that are immune to poison.
Oh,
What types are immune to poison?
Steel.
Oh, that makes sense.
Which makes it, yeah.
I mean, but rocks should still be immune to poison. They're rocks.
yeah.
Also,
I was just figuring, like,
rock and ground Pokemon are different.
Oh,
Right.
true.
And those are the two worst two to
One-
keep track of.
One of them is
well-
harder than the other.
because Gen 1 was confusing because all the rock Pokemon were rock ground Pokemon, so that
Yeah.
screwed up all of our brains.
Stupid Rhydon.
Right on, what a lame ass Pokemon.
Okay, so
All right. So how is this happening?
Yeah.
Second turn of round 1. Here we go.
yeah. So Teth is going to, kind of look at this wall. It's like, okay, this is. Need to see if this is something we can deal with quickly. And just, it's just, immediately goes to thunder, right? Just like I'm gonna see if I can just start shattering this thing. So he's going to draw from the power of the orb, one of his artifact binder specialties, and he is going to speak the word concede, and his eyes are going to flare kind of an opalescent color, and he's going to kind of reach out into the air with an open hand and then clench into a fist and then drag it down towards where he wants to cast the moonbeam, and basically a gigantic column of thunder just erupts. And instead of radiant energy, it is just pure thunder. 40-foot column high, 5 foot wide.
Nice.
And just somewhere on the wall.
Okay.
In front of him.
Yeah, so what happens is actually interesting. So that is that thunder damage or radiant damage?
It's thunder. Basically, initially it's radiant, but I can make it be thunder. The artifact binder.
Gotcha. Yeah. So a giant column of thunder damage. It almost immediately fractures the wall, Teth. Um, you, in doing this, you would learn a few things. It's almost like plate-like, almost like shale. So it hits it and just like cracks and crumbles down. And you would also know that it's apparently very thick, like many feet thick. This line does not do it justice. This is apparently the thickest it can go, but it doesn't look that big. You would guess after hitting it with that spell, it's at least 5 to 7 feet thick. You'd also see immediately that the parts of the wall that were destroyed are replaced. More stone comes up from the ground and replaces the parts that were shattered and broken away. So it immediately repairs itself in the moment after you cast your spell.
Okay. Even with
So thick, Trent.
and that's still nothing about that narrative changes with the double damage to structures.
That was above table. That was because of the double damage to structures.
Okay. Just wanted to double check. I forgot
You
about
would
that.
you would assume that because your casting is much more powerful, that this is a very strong material.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So it looks like it's breaking it, but then it's immediately replenishing it. And the 5 foot by 40 foot high, it doesn't get through the hole. Like you said, it's bigger than 5 feet, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just read. I think it's just straight up 5 foot. I don't really have to look at how big Moonbeam is ever. Yeah, 120 foot by, or well, 5 foot radius. I guess
That's
the
10
5
feet.
foot radius is 10 feet. So does 10 feet clear it? Makes sense.
Yeah, I will say that it will. So if you cast Moonbeam at a 5 foot radius, you will see it destroy the entire wall. So you'll be
Okay.
able to see outside for a moment, and then stones start building back up from the ground.
Okay. Okay. Good stuff. I'm gonna try and make a. That's everything as far as action economy goes. I think Teth would just, well, I mean, he just made a big column of angry shit, so people are probably looking around. And be honest with you, you're probably not going to hear him right now. So
Yeah, thunder is pretty loud from notoriously.
yeah, a 40-foot column of thunder is
Especially an
probably pretty
entire
loud.
moonbeam full of it. Yeah.
Gonna fucking, yeah, that's it.
120-foot thunderclap.
Yep.
That brings us to Eric.
Okay, so Andrew polymorphed into, Brackle polymorphed into
Giant ape.
giant ape. Is that a large or okay? But yeah, and then
Large.
and then
Huge.
Tef
Huge.
is trying to carve
Huge.
out a section in the wall that's
Huge.
encroaching us. Is that correct?
Yes, but it regrew.
It regrew. Okay. So I'm thinking about casting plant growth to make it, to impede the movement of all the stone golems, and you called them methods, but they're Probably not affected as the plants would. I mean, if they're hovering towards the ground, do I see that they have flying ability where they just go above the plants?
Yeah, they're definitely flying for sure.
Definitely flying.
They look like apes a little bit.
Okay. But the plant growth would still slow down the bigger
Mm.
guys.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to decide on a blast or plant growth.
Right.
And plant growth is going to slow down our elephants too, so I don't know if I would. I think I might want to do. I think I'll do a storm sphere, so I can get a good bit of damage, and then every bonus action get more damage on targets. I think I'll do that. I think I'll cast
Okay.
storm sphere. Let's do that.
Yeah, storming it up.
Let's see. Where would I want the sphere to be focused? 20-foot radius. Does that capture somewhere around here? Capture a bunch of guys. 20 feet.
I mean, you have 40 feet to work with, so you have a pretty large area that you can produce.
That's a pretty sweet spell.
This is a sweet,
Mm-hmm.
pretty good spot too, centered. Seems like right here would capture these guys.
That 20.
So yeah, I think picking this spot around here. Oh, thank you. That's nice.
You want to right there, or right here?
That looks nice, but is it down 5 feet? Is that going to capture the other dude?
I would say you can choose between the methods if you want to put it over here. You can either have the one that's closer to Bracklecon or the one that's further up.
Oh, that's Bracklecon? Oh, I thought I was thinking that was
This
a
is
fucking enemy. My God.
No, this is Bracklecon.
You might be able to get 3 over here.
Yeah,
Bottom right.
okay. Yeah, let's.
I don't know, but maybe.
That looks like 3 to me.
Okay, I like that.
Hey,
Sorry, I was like trying to include Bracklecon apparently.
you bastard.
Okay.
And they need, what do they need? Strength saves?
Strength save, yeah.
Or the method? Or the other method?
So strength saves, or else some bludgeoning damage. That area is difficult terrain. And then on my bonus action, I'll do some more damage, lightning.
What's
damage.
what's the save DC?
It's gonna be, I think 20. 20 save DC.
All right. 3 failures.
Heck yeah.
Or 2 apiece.
Okay, use the charges. Okay, and then I should roll spell to hit on the big dude, big stone golem in that same sphere.
Oh, for the lightning damage.
Yeah,
Yeah, roll it.
this is now my bonus action.
Yep.
Damn.
And
A lot of
unfortunately,
red-
we'll
red
miss.
borders.
Hold on, it's advantage.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's advantage because he's in the sphere.
Yep.
So
That will hit.
4d6.
For 4 lightning damage.
Pretty good. 18.
Nice. Not bad at all.
Can we start? Can I move? Do I use the elephant's movement as if he's a mount? Like,
Yeah, you can.
okay.
You just need to. I mean, Urzak is also on the elephant, so
Right.
whatever you do with that, as long as you okay it with your riding partners.
And whoever's steering the elephant, I guess.
So
I will say, on the same turn though, you would be able to move the elephant or Urzak. So if you move the elephant on your turn, Urzak could jump off and use his movement, but Urzak would not also be able to move the elephant.
okay.
Because that would be double speed.
Come on.
So I'll say
I'm not going to let you break the game with elephants, guys.
At
Come
least give
on.
That's not
Bagel-
the way to play.
At least give Bagels double speed.
Yeah, get Bagels double speed.
I'll just cast
The
haste
only
on
elephant
bagels.
that's getting double speed is Simon and Garfunkel, because it's 2 people, and you didn't choose that elephant.
I was gonna say Bagels is plural, so
Simon and Garfunkel is double speed raging through the desert somewhere else right now, with Elias and Crowbar on top of it.
Okay, so let's go southwest towards Teth and the attempt into crashing through the stone wall, the 30-foot stone wall. We're going this way, Blade of Lendis.
Nickname approved.
Is that the first
I'm
time
sure
you
Urzak loves it.
referred to him by his nickname?
Blade.
Hey, Blade.
This way, Blade.
Someone beat me to the blade gif. Oh, okay.
That's all you.
Above game, Brad. I'm probably jumping out this elephant the first second I get, but
Okay.
that'll be in like an hour when it's my turn. After I let everyone else go first.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
That being said, if you bring me closer to the fight, all the better.
All right. On initiative count 20, we have a lair action.
I just couldn't move the elephant token, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. I will do that for you.
Appreciate it.
Well, that's not right.
Yeah, good luck with this, Barlos.
I know how to do it. It's just finicky. There we go.
So what you're casting Moonbeam, Teth, is that correct, Billy?
Yep. It's a big thunder column.
And it is now outside of the wall, effectively.
Yep.
As it has moved in 5 feet. And that brings us to Hargrave. Hargrave. What is Hargrave going to do? She's going to longbow some people. She is going to move with Apollo around this way to put herself between, better between the elementals down here and the elephant. She's going to shoot 2 arrows out at this method right here. Both of which will hit. For 18 total piercing damage, which is not bad. And as a bonus action, she will load an explosive arrow into her bow for her next turn. So she's getting ready for a bigger strike next time. And that brings us to our first rock golem,
He said he wanted to skip it.
which is this guy up to the top right.
Oh, they're colored.
I did have them colored coded, and then it just worked better to letter them because the encounter builder doesn't use colors; it uses
Mm.
letters to keep track of multiple creatures.
Mm-hmm. Oh, did you
What
need
happened?
damage type on Storm Sphere was bludgeoning and then it was lightning? I don't know if bludgeoning was the 2d6, the smaller damage.
No, you're good.
Sure, okay.
All right. I don't know which of you is even looking in this direction. I think everybody is kind of focused the other way. But this attack is going to come straight at you, Brackle. This is, if you're looking at it, the center of this golem's chest is going to open up, like the rocks kind of reshape themselves, and it is going to expel a very large rock that is glowing red, and it is going to fire out of its body straight at you, attempting to concuss you. I need a Constitution save, please, Brackle.
Okay.
Is a natural 20 to hit.
Probably hits.
Probably.
17 is the con save.
That meets it. So you are not. You don't take any additional damage.
Okay.
And you are not deafened. But you are going to take double dice damage here. So 18, 36, 39. That's not right. Right? 20. Oh, yeah. So you take 39 force damage from this rock.
Okay.
And it is going to move inwards up to its speed. And then Golem D, which is right down here, it is going to move in on you, Teth. It's going to walk right up to you. And make a melee attack towards you.
Okay.
It's going to be 28 to hit.
Yep.
That is going to be 12 force damage.
Okay. I'll use my reaction to do reactive repulsion with the shield.
Okay.
So it makes a DC 15 dex. See if he's got any dex. See ya.
17 in the dex save.
Yep, he's good.
Do you still take damage then, or does that repulse the damage? I can't remember how I built it.
It still takes half, but it's going to be negligible, but it's not pushed. So he takes half of 2. 1. Boink.
Sorry, I meant, do you still take the damage?
Oh, yeah.
Or does
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to take 12 force damage and 23 poison damage, which for you is halved.
Yeah. So 12 and 12? 12 and 11? Yeah, 23. Half of 23 is
11, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And that was an
Great.
attack, correct? Like a fisty.
It was a physical attack, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, that moves us on to the Mephits. There are 16 of them. Only a couple of them have been hit. I'm going to have all of them do the same thing, and they are all going to fly to the nearest target. So I'm going to move them all first. Hi, baby. Are you going night-night?
I just need Barlos to move the elephant bagels.
Also, Barlos, I don't think I had my turn.
Well, initiative.
Hold on
I mean,
one second.
what'd you roll, Trent?
Here they are.
I was at 14.
14.
Because you were last, right? Weren't you the lowest? No, who was the lowest? Oh, no,
I was.
never mind. Yeah, down there.
Urzak.
You are right. You're right after the Mephits, Vern.
Okay.
Can we move bagels so you know?
Say goodnight.
Yes.
Okay.
Night, dudes.
Thanks for
Say
the
wave.
17, Archer.
Yeah.
See you next week.
So see you next week.
Look at that hair that your dad doesn't have.
Looks like his hair got lighter.
You have a good night, okay?
Sun 24/7.
I gotta ask what Barlos looked like with hair. That'd be great.
Go have a good sleep, okay? We'll
Sure,
see you
he
tonight.
only had a rat tail his whole life.
Yeah.
We asked him about he has a younger brother. I bet his younger brother's name is Devin Michael.
One more hug.
Just opposite. His parents were like, let's just flip it for the next one.
His rat tail hangs down in front.
Reverse rat tail. He also did a
Honestly-
reverse.
I've seen pictures of Bartles with hair, and it makes me uncomfortable, like a child who sees their dad without a beard.
Then just starts crying.
You're not my dad.
Not my Barlos.
Reverse mullet.
Get one of those hooks that they
I know. Good night, buddy.
Oh, like the pulling people off the stage with the hook at the
Yeah,
the Apollo.
like a shepherd's crook. Yeah. What was you asked me to move the elephant. Where am I moving the elephant?
Just southwest towards Teth's, hole in the wall, basically.
What is the elephant's movement speed? 40 feet?
Sounds like a bar that Teth would start.
Sounds right.
Teth's hole in the wall
That's what
I'll call it 40 feet.
in his retirement.
It's because he literally punched the hole in the wall.
where he gives you chocolate peanut butter globs with uranium.
All right. We're going to have two Mephits moving up towards Teth. One is going to move to Eric. One is going to move to Urzak. This one is going to move out of the storm sphere towards Zethlo. This one will just move out of the sphere. This one will move up. Move up.
Where's it later?
It's I just saw it today. It's where like the washcloths are.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Orsh core.
All right, so we have one attack on Zethlo, one attack on Brackle, one attack on Urzok, one on Eric, and two on Teth. And I'm going to roll the same thing for all of them. So we'll see if it hits. It probably won't hit most of you because it's only a +3. And it's only an 8, so none of those attacks are going to hit. And that's their turn. It was just movement at that point. And that brings us to Vern.
They have a range. They were using a ranged attack.
Technically, it's a ranged attack, but it's 5 feet.
Okay.
It's a breath weapon of sorts.
Stinky.
Yeah.
Stinky.
Vern is going to, because he sees how many enemies there are, he's going to use his Rod of Rulership. So he'll take it out, blow the dust off. It's been a while. And we're like in a desert, so having some little method under our control to guide us could be helpful. So start rolling there, Barlos. Originally one was out of range, but he's moved closer, so now they're all in range.
Perfect. All right, what's the roll?
15 wisdom.
Oh, okay. These creatures are not proficient in anything, so they're flat rolls. It's going to be 16 flat rolls. I'm just going to roll in here.
I hope so.
They sure can.
Oh, good.
They're made of mud, much less resistant. They're ground type Pokemon. They're less resilient than the rock type Pokemon.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna roll.
I could only imagine like the newest generation, trying to understand the tables of effective.
With like fairy type Pokemon and
It's got to be
else
so
is there?
complex, yeah.
It's a super complex table, yeah.
I mean,
Especially with like
compared
dual
to Gen
type.
1.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are some types where it's like, what's the one? There's a couple that are just stupid.
Wait, what is this? Is this a sleepy time?
No. Those
No.
are other rules. So 2 of them are not charmed
It's
by me.
16 wisdom saved, yeah.
Okay.
I will, since you were so wildly successful with this, you can pick which 2 are not charmed by you.
Oh. And those are the rules for the methods and the bigger things?
Those are the rules for the methods. That's
Oh,
just
just methods.
16.
Okay.
Just the methods.
It's hard to
I'll
keep
roll
track of them all.
separately for the.
What method has taken abuse so far?
This.
The one by Z-Flow,
This guy also has taken
and then the
like
one
2
down.
bludgeoning damage. Yeah.
I'll just do those first. Well, I'll do the one.
Is that all I did?
Is that
with
Brackle's
2d6?
ape right there? Yeah.
Oh, I did.
I'll do Brackle's victim, and then I'll do the one to the far southeast. So he seems kind of displaced.
I tell you guys, I had a dream that I ordered pizza from Peep Up's Pizza.
I'd
I
eat
am
people's pizza.
not even fucking kidding. I was like, "Where's this pizza from?" It's just like a small medium.
Is this after we played categories?
Get those 2 points. Peep Up's pizza.
People's pizza.
Puts corn on it.
Okay, and we need wisdom from the ambushers.
Mm-hmm.
A will save. E will save.
And it was so like just
C will
accepted.
save.
Like it wasn't out of the ordinary at all. It was
D
just
will
like,
save.
Did he talk?
no. It was just I was eating it like somewhere. I can't remember where.
Okay. But you just like
And
knew.
E,
Like, oh, where's it from? Not Domino's, not Papa
E
John's. It's from Peepo's.
Will
this guy down here.
dramatically.
He's
fail.
charmed by you.
William?
Hey, I got one of them.
You got one of them.
They have names?
They just have letters.
Oh. Thank you. If you name them, you're beholden.
Okay. I don't think I can give them. Do I give them commands right away?
So, get the fuck
Or now
out of
they're just
here.
kind of helping us. Can I tell the methods to? Well, no, we have giant elephants. We can't. It would take a lot of methods to lift elephants over top the barrier, so I won't worry about that. I guess.
Rod
we all-
of Rule.
Are we all moving toward that break that Teth made?
The break is no longer there because
Oh,
the
never mind.
moonbeam is now outside of the wall.
That's
Moonbeam.
great. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, so there's no top to this place?
There's no top. You can
Oh.
still see the sky.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's a 30-foot wall.
so I can sprout
Andrew,
wings.
But he's not yet defined if it's rock or stone. I'm just kidding. Sorry, ground or
So
stone.
I would say just because it's not stipulated in the description, I think we talked about this last time too. It just charms them, and they now regard you as their trusted leader. If you want to control them, that would be a separate,
Right.
verbal command.
I wanna
So
control
that
my
would have to
command
be
them.
next
Okay.
turn. On your next turn, yeah.
Can I,
Luckily,
as
you
I
have them.
charm them, can I look at the big ambushers that aren't charmed and be like, like I'm scared of them, so that my friends naturally know that I want them to fight the things that are scaring me? Or they're gonna have an entire wasted turn where they're just like flying there, waving at me.
If you command them to do something contrary to their nature, they are uncharmed. So I don't think they would attack
Ugh.
each other. I don't think they would attack each other, unfortunately. But they
Can I look-
definitely won't attack you now.
Are they the ones that made the? As I charm them, I'm gonna point and like shake my head no at the giant wall that's closing in on us, and see if these guys can somehow control that at all. On their turn.
Let me
On their turn.
Oh, that
let me
makes
see. What's
yeah.
their intelligence? Their intelligence is -1. So
think
I
a
don't know
point
that they
in a-
would
in a,
understand.
like
The
They're
one charmed
less than
ambusher
10, yeah.
would understand
One.
though.
okay.
So I think you could probably have an intelligent communication with that. But the mud methods are just like 100% instinct all the way.
hmm
Just throwing up mud and biting,
Can I
and that's their whole life.
can I have them scatter and try to find crystals for my eyeball? Is that a
Yeah.
thing they would do?
Yeah,
Find gems.
they have a burrow speed.
We'll get them
So-
to get out of here and clear the area for now.
Yeah, they will start flying away, or they'll burrow back down into the ground on their next turn.
Okay.
Hilarious.
Give me some
Anything else,
gems.
Vern? Any movement or anything like that?
No, I feel pretty safe there. I'm on Zundale. Fine. Yeah, I'm fine being on Zundale. Unless can I move and go to Bagels? No, he's kind of far. I'm fine. No movement for me.
Okay. We are going to move on to Ambusher A, who is going to use its movement to exit the storm sphere. And it is going to fire.
That's difficult terrain, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, it's going to be back inside then. Well, he was on the. So he's going to actually move out this way then. And with clear line of sight over to you, Eric, he is going to make an attack towards you. We'll see if it actually hits.
Right.
And it will not. Brings us to letter C, who's up here at the top. This one is going to move down and square up against you, Bracklebath, and make the same type of attack.
Bring it on.
To the tune of a 23 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
It is going to attempt to paralyze you. I need you to make a DC 17 con save, please.
No.
All right, so you're going to take 12 force damage and 18 lightning damage, and you are paralyzed for 1 minute. You can remake your saving throw at the end of each of your turns.
Okay. At the end of the turn.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can't move, you can't speak, you automatically fail strength and dex saves, and attack rolls against you have advantage.
Rough.
Moving
did
on
this
to
to me?
Ambusher. This guy right up here.
I hate that.
Letter C.
Yeah, I know what
moving
that
on-
stands for.
E, who is charmed by Vern. So are you commanding this creature to move away and find gems for you as well, or just the methods?
No, that's a method task. This guy.
Child's play.
I mean, I just want him to fight for us, as long as he has health, so he can fight whoever he wants to, whichever other of his brethren he wants to fight.
Okay. He is not going to square up with any of the other
Oh, it's against his nature,
ambushers.
right?
He will, however, come over here and attack this method.
No, I need the method to. What if that was the method that was going to find me the gems?
You have 14 methods. I think you'll be okay with one die.
Until I roll for each of them, and they're all super low rolls. So it's me, and they come back with nothing.
That's valid.
Yeah. It's fine. Let him do his thing. He
That
could
method
he could
needs-
also try to can he open up the barrier? Can he open a space for everybody?
You could ask him to, if you wanted.
I'll do that.
You want to do that instead?
Don't touch the method, but go ahead and open the barrier over there.
Yeah.
Or
He
die
will
trying.
move over to the barrier and just start pounding on the barrier.
Oh,
Did you think it was going to be like Moses parting the sea?
yeah, or something.
That's what I was thinking too. They just,
Who triggered the stone barrier if not one of them? That's the.
You decommissioned 90% of my enemies. You're not also walking straight out of the combat.
Why not?
Which
They're
That
only
brings us to
decommissioned
the
for 8
top.
hours, Barlos.
that's true. Hopefully this combat will last 8 hours and 1 minute, so I can get them back eventually. Back to the top of the order, Urzak, the Eternal Blade, going first.
Is there this big dude here is engaged with
He is facing Teth, yes. He's engaged with Teth.
how far off the ground is Teth?
10
not
feet.
far, like 10 feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna Get rid of him. I'm gonna hang on to that. No? Okay. I'm just going to jump off bagels to a cool dodge roll and make some attacks against this big jabroni here.
There you go. Roll it.
Get him.
Get him. That'll hit. Yeah. That'll hit.
What?
That'll
Triple
def-
hit.
Woo!
Alright.
Nice.
Triple.
Bad. Better. Bad.
As good as your hits.
30 points of force damage in total.
Isn't the last one doubled?
Oh, the last one was crit.
Yep.
So
38.
so roll another
38.
D8. Oh, that doesn't all get doubled.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
6 more.
31.
So 36.
okay. Perfect.
And that's it. That's your turn.
Good job.
How does he take the force damage?
It's very similar to the wall itself. There are pieces of his body that just like splinter and kind of shed off. And it seems to not regrow like the wall did when Teth hit it with the spell. But it doesn't seem to affect him that much. It's just kind of destroying his body. But he doesn't slow down or flinch or anything like that.
Okay.
Gonna take that force.
Ishtar Zinth, caster elite, champion of Sekala, infiltrator of the first scale.
Paralyzed.
Your turn. You're
All right.
paralyzed.
Let's roll, shall we?
Legend of the Legend of
Constitution.
Lore.
Hey, 21.
You are no longer paralyzed. Decent turn. Teth.
Nice.
Nice. And continuing, looking for what the fuck is up with this wall. How would you rule? So whenever I move with Ion, the Parrotson doesn't provoke an opportunity attack, but technically I'm still in the reach of those two, so they would have an opportunity attack on me, or
They would take
is
an
that-
opportunity attack on you. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So I am. First things first, I'm just gonna fly straight up. Let's say, where's your stick? Just a second. We'll go up 30 feet. And go up 30 feet, so half of Ion's movement, and basically getting a little bit of an aerial advantage and better perspective.
He
going
will
to-
attempt an attack of opportunity, but it misses.
Okay. And try to see if I can get a better idea of what is animating this stone wall. See if probably would be looking for something concentrating on it, or maybe some type of focal point for the energy that's boosting it, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So you, what's your passive perception?
22.
Okay. Yeah, with a 22 passive, as you're heading up, it's getting considerably hotter the farther up you go, and when you get to the top of the wall, it's about 30 feet up. Right above you, it feels like a ceiling of heat. So you actually feel like, and you're welcome to keep going up if you want. You get the feeling with a 22 that you would not be able to go higher without damage.
Okay. So basically, I was 10 feet up. I went 20 more feet up, hit 30 foot, and then that's where the heat
Yep.
is.
Mhm.
Okay.
And it's gradual, but it increases pretty steadily to an unbearable point at the top.
Yeah. Huh. It's like so many random things I could do. I don't know if any of them are going to work. Okay. So that being said, is the heat visible?
It
Or
is.
is it just
I think the closer you get, you can kind of see like the refracted waves of heat. But from the ground, it would just look like open air.
okay. With that, so I moved 20 feet, not 30 feet, because I don't feel like melting peep up to the top of Ion. Like a fucking blow dryer on plastic. I want to make an active check
Okay.
on. We'll go a different route. I want to try and see if the wall is magic, essentially. Now, I guess theoretically I could use detect magic, but I'm more wondering if I can just get a vibe check, like an Arcana check.
Do you know
Yeah.
any naturally occurring walls that just reform themselves?
Yeah, exactly. So
I
it's
give
like,
you either Arcana or Nature, whichever one.
yeah, our Matrix is fucking trash. Arcana, I'm proficient.
Fair.
It's not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. It definitely gives you arcane vibes. It is natural in appearance, and that's about where it stops. You would assume you can't get much higher than the wall, so you can't see over it necessarily.
Yeah.
You would assume that it is a manipulation of the elements, not the elements themselves doing this.
Okay. That makes sense. Which makes sense because there was an issue with the weave and Wind
Yes.
Wild. Okay.
You would also, I suppose, this might be a bit out of pocket, maybe, but you could make the parallel. This is a similar scale to Coil's thunderstorm that you walked through or that you saw. Uh, you could assume that somebody with Coil's level of innate power is doing this. If you looked at Coil, clearly not concentrating on this, so it's not him. But it is similar in scope.
Yeah. Okay. Huh. That's interesting. Okay, so action economy wise, that was action bonus action for the Arcana check, just so I can see what I can do left.
You used all of your movement,
You
so
have.
I think that so you could still move somewhere else if you
Okay.
wanted.
Okay, so that was action bonus action and half my movement.
Yep.
Okay. I want to do something cool with Coil.
Do
I
it.
want to start and be a real big moment for Coil if this works out. So I'm up, making sure Peep Up stays down so he doesn't melt his hat off. I'm going to go that way. And Teth is going to, coming back into hearing distance, he's going to call out to Coil and point at him. He's going to say, Coil, this is your magic, not specifically yours, but your kind. See if you can reverse it. I have faith in you.
Oh. That makes one of you.
And that's all.
Yeah. Cool. I guess I didn't really say this at the beginning. The elephants are not in the turn order because they're just going to take defensive actions or act as mounts for you. Halberad is not in shape to fight. So Halberad, Coil, and Peepup are just going to take defensive action. Or if you give them a specific command, they will attempt to fulfill that command directly after your turn. As far as Zethlo goes, I just forgot to put him into the turn order. So I'm going to roll initiative for him real quick because I forgot about that.
Since we're all terrible at it, I'm rolling a concentration check for the 23 damage I took for Moonbeam.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, Zethlo's down with you, Urzak. He rolled,
Oh, he lost.
he rolled a 4.
You mean down here with me?
I mean, it served its
Up
purpose.
here with me?
Yeah.
That's true. He's going first with you. You're walking first through the gates of combat hand in hand.
There you go.
Okay. Good turn, Teth. Eric.
Would that have been 2 sources of damage for? Oh, it's just the fist against Teth that he was hit with.
I always lump it in because it's bludgeoning and poison from the same one attack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it would have been
So,
DC,
the DC
12 or 11.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Two kinds of damage from the same source.
I want to give Halberad my instant shield, which has 2 charges still. And let him know that he can use that in case.
Okay. I'll let you just give that to him. That's fine.
Okay. So obviously, 2 uses of the shield spell. And say save your reaction for this. Don't be doing other reactions, buddy. This was made with love in our father's forge. Okay.
He will roll his eyes and take the ring from you.
Spits on it, throws it in the sand.
Halberad,
Throws it out to the dirt.
Can I react to him? Can I react to him rolling his eyes?
I hate Dan.
If you want to use your reaction.
Fuck no. Okay. I was just gonna say something stupid. All right.
It's worth it. Say it.
Jesus.
Let them know how you really feel.
Trent. Stop. Okay.
When we have 14 of 16 methods out of commission, I think
Yeah.
we're pretty safe.
What's what range? Okay. So I'll use Thorn Whip against the method that's was going for Urzak is like on Bagels to my left, Halberad's left. This guy. So let's do Thorn Whip.
That method is currently charmed by Vern.
Oh, my bad.
So that will break the charm.
The guy.
The 2 with the red dots are not charmed.
They're too far away.
One right next to Brackle and one just below the storm sphere.
40 foot. Okay. So let's steer Bagels about southwest 10 more feet, please. And then
Oh yeah,
I'll
I'm in control.
and then I'll cast Thorn Whip
Southwest.
at I think you're calling them ambushers.
Yes.
So let's is he charmed? Sorry. I should have asked.
Nope.
No.
Only
okay.
this one down here.
That one. Okay, that's the one. Okay, thanks. So then Thorn Whip. Okay.
On letter D. Purple one.
Sure.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that hits. That's a big one.
Nat.
So I'll roll my
Bait.
dice twice. Is that? I keep forgetting. Yeah, that's how we do it. Okay.
Mm.
Not gonna double it. 6, 5, 1, 4. Okay. So a total of 21 piercing,
Yeah, that's a good hit.
and then is he? Let's see here. Creature is large or smaller. Pull him up to 10 feet closer. Can I do that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Where
He
I
is
pull
large, yeah.
I know Urzak's there, but can I pull him below and to the right of Urzak?
I would assume that it would pull him directly towards you in a line. But I will allow it. I'm assuming
then-
that Urzak can get out of the way. That'd be fine.
Okay.
So you can pull him. Do you
If you want-
pull 10 feet?
If you want me to, I can fix that and like move Bagels to a line where that would work.
Oh yeah, you didn't move your full. You just like move down here.
That was like 10 feet. So that's probably half Bagels movement.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, you can pull him
Down into the
10
right.
feet towards you.
My bonus action, I want to cast lightning on this other ambusher that's way down there by the storm sphere. So let's do that.
Go for it.
This is not at advantage this time. Does a 27 hit?
Yes. 27 does it.
Okay.
Not all monsters are you, Eric.
Literally nobody.
Sweet. 19 lightning.
Oh, good. Good hit.
Good alert.
Also,
Nice.
the storm, I don't think I mentioned this effect, but people's perception checks 30 feet away from the edge of it is at disadvantage, just in case anyone is trying to observe the wall from near there. It won't work too well if it's listening based.
30 feet from the edge
I think that's.
or 30 feet from the center?
I think it's 30 feet from the edge.
Okay.
It's because it's a lot of moving wind, like storm, right? So
Yeah.
it says creatures within 30 feet of the sphere have disadvantage on perception checks made to listen.
Listen.
All right. Anything else, Eric?
I don't believe so. That's it. That's it for me.
All right. And that is going to lead us to another lair action. As everything gets just a little bit tighter, and that will push this ambusher in, the one that is banging on the wall. And also as a lair action, the plates that you felt under the ground earlier are going to rise up. So Bracklecong, you and these 4 methods, you are thrust 15 feet up,
Nice.
as is Seaflow.
Is it a raised platform or like a floating hunk of earth?
It is raised with walls. So this is just earth moving straight up
Okay.
on
so
a
my
on a
methods
pillar.
still dig.
Okay. Yeah, they can still dig all the way
Alright,
down. Yeah.
Priorities here.
So they are not they are not floating islands. They're just pillars that are plateauing up out of the ground.
Encrusted with crystals. Okay.
Crystals everywhere. So you are 15 feet up. That's halfway to the top of the wall. And that brings us to Hargrave, who has an exploding arrow mounted in her bow. She's going to take that and fire it over at this ambusher A, as one of her longbow attacks. Fortunately, it's going to miss and misfire. She's going to take a second attack anyway. That one will hit. So her explosion did not go off, unfortunately. 8 piercing damage to ambusher A. And that brings us to ambusher B in red. All these pillars just erupted out of the ground in front of it. So it is going to take the next most viable course of action. It is going to start running towards this elephant and take an attack on the elephant.
I'm so zoomed out
Mm.
on the roll 20 that I just see Brackle in the top right corner. Just be like, it's funny thinking he's just like probably like watching from afar.
Yeah, just observing.
Pretty much.
not dissimilar to the Brackle Kong, just observing.
14 force damage. And the elephant needs to make a con save. Zondel. Which it will fail. Poor rolls, though. So 27 damage total to Zondel, which, based on this stat block,
He's dead.
brings it down to 50 hit points. Zondel has 50. And Ambusher D down here is going to pivot and make an attack back towards Urzok. Which will miss. And that brings us to the Mephits.
Muppets.
The first one to attempt an attack is the one right next to you, Brackle. It is going to prompt a Dex save, please.
Dex save. Let's see. Dirty 20.
That will save, and this Mephit, who is out in no man's land, is going to make the long trek with his 20-foot flying speed back to any civilization. And the rest of them are charmed by Vern. So you will see all of the Mephits like in tandem just burrow down into the ground.
Like synchronized swimmers, just like
Exactly. They're all gone.
Can I request that one Mephit is close enough to the storm and is just using movement? Makes a listening perception check just to see how hilariously it fails.
I'm sure it's not good.
Disadvantage.
A 2 and a 3.
He actually
Even
like
his
gets,
better roll was bad.
like disoriented.
That brings us to Vern.
right. I'm going to very angrily look down at this red ambusher that struck our elephant. And actually, I think I'll hang on. Let me double check the. I guess he didn't move. He's still like, yeah. All right, he's good. All right, I'm gonna use chromatic orb. Obviously, I'm gonna hit the red ambusher and then twin spell to hit the purple ambusher. And I'm gonna do
Okay.
it at. I mean, this feels like it's in the bag, but I don't want us to lose an elephant. I'll do 4th level. Burn through 4 sorcery points.
Remember, we have a 17. An Archer 17.
Oh yeah.
We do have an Archer 17.
Okay. So let's take a look and see how we do. And damage, we'll just keep go that lightning. It's a 19 hit. I forget.
A 19 does hit, yes.
All right. Damage.
Ooh.
33. And do I roll again for the second target? Or is it
That
just
is a
that?
good.
Because it's twins.
When you roll for both decks.
Yeah, I believe it
Okay.
it counts as a separate attack. Yes.
All right. Uh-oh. I think I'm gonna use an archer die.
Yeah, that does not hit. So you
Yeah.
can take over the 17 if you'd
agree?
like.
Use the archer die here.
I think so.
It felt really weird saying archer die here. I don't want to say that again.
Oh no.
And you're attacking this one? here?
The purple one, yeah.
Purple one? Okay.
All right, so we'll use the 17, I guess. No one's arguing.
Okay.
That's gonna do
Which would
38 damage.
The archer roll sounds like a trending
Nice.
dance move.
The archer roll. I was thinking it sounds like a pastry.
Yeah.
Baker dozen.
Yeah.
Baker's dozen.
38 damage, not bad, not bad.
That's it.
Great. Ambusher A, who is down here, is going to move his 40 feet. He will go down here. And he failed trying to hit Eric last time, so he's going to attempt to knock Eric off of the elephant. He's going to hurl an attack at Bagels.
No.
I gave my instant shield to Bagels instead.
An 11 meets Bagels' armor class, so this is going to hit.
Bagels. This is
That
literally
is
the
going
only
to
elephant
be
that matters.
for 8 force damage. And he is going to attempt.
I haven't used a mount before. Do I have anything as can I use my reaction at all, or I guess not. They can just target your mount instead of you.
Yep.
Pick a better mount. Okay.
It is going to. Its projectile is going to be acidic this time, so it's going to prompt a con save from Bagels, DC 17, which he just fails. Bagels is going to take an additional 5d6 acid damage, which was a good roll. 25. For a total of 33 damage. That brings Bagels down to 43 hit points. I don't know why I'm saying these hit points out loud, but they're mounts that you guys have been traveling with, so I think it's fair to let you know. That brings us to Ambusher C, who is on the other side of this plateau here. He's going to spend his entire movement just getting back out. And Ambusher E is still pounding on the wall down here. That's going to bring us to Zethlo. Zethlo is going to use his turn, much like you've seen Teth do. Zethlo's construct has thrusters. They don't necessarily propel him in combat like Teth's do, but they do allow him a limited gliding speed or hovering speed. So he is going to jump off and hover back down to the main ground over here and fire one projectile at Ambusher C up here. Which will hit for 19 force damage. All right, Zethlo. That brings us to Urzak, top of the order.
No. Who's fucking with bagels? Is it the guy right next to me? Or is it this dude
No,
down
it's-
here?
It was the green guy.
It is over here. Yep.
Green guy?
Green
Yeah,
guy.
He threw a projectile.
Get something.
You're really going for our heartstrings, Barley's trying to kill our elephants.
Mm-hmm.
Your elephants have reasonable ACs. And I realize that it's my own doing giving you these items, but also I gotta get you somewhere.
All right, what I'm gonna do is get within 5 feet of bagels. I'm going to. Sell insects. Yeah, I'll just reposition there and then take my 3 attacks.
That hits.
Another natural 20.
Hey. Yeah. Good strikes. Nice.
So I really did roll a lot better in my one-handed damage than 2.
Yeah.
15. Did I roll the crit damage? No, that's just the max. I just rolled 8 that. Okay. So 37 points of force damage.
Big hit. Hits.
And that's my turn.
Multiple. You notice on your last hit, Urzak, you start to break through this crumbling armor that he has. You get to what seems like it feels like more of a fleshy core, just because you've been hitting rock this whole time. But upon further inspection, as your sword goes in, you can tell that these guys are filled with mud. So you have broken through the rocky exterior, and you are now slashing at mud on the inside.
Gooey, chocolatey center.
Yeah,
Mm.
getting that caramel filling.
Delicious.
All right, Bracklebath, you're not paralyzed anymore.
Yay.
You are 15 feet up in the air.
Can I grab this mud mephit and throw it at this guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do. I have a
make
ranged
an-
attack basically called rock. So I figured I'd just use it as a rock.
That's totally fine. Make an athletics check.
Okay.
And it will try and counter it, but I can't imagine it's going to do very well.
21. Or
Ooh,
22.
it was close. Too close for comfort. With a -1, it did roll an 18. But you can successfully grapple it.
I have a +9 to athletics as the monkey.
Yeah. And then you can make the rock attack as normal.
Better. That's 25 to hit.
That'll hit. Yep.
70. $28 damage.
That's letter B.
For bow.
So many fucking mephits in this initiative order. What have I done to myself?
At least you don't have to use most of the methods anymore.
Yeah.
I know, that's true. That's true. Yeah, it made the combat much easier, but it also made running the combat much easier. Yeah, good hit. That mephit was so close to death, we're just going to call it the end. It just splats on the side of this guy. Hey. Anything else, Bracklecon?
Yeah. Well, sure. I'll run 40. This guy. I'm going to get my body between these
That movement speed will include 15 feet down, just so you know.
I think I should still be fine. I have 40 feet.
Oh, yeah.
And I have a climbing speed too.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think
Supposedly,
you stop right about there.
supposedly, a giant ape is 20 feet tall on all fours.
Well,
That's insane.
it's
Jeez.
So apparently, he can look onto this plateau with extra room.
Just like,
So I don't know how tall he is if he just stands, but I'm guessing he can if that's true, I'm guessing his arms can reach the 30
yeah.
feet
What's the
to the top of this.
wingspan of a the
Let's see if
wingspan
it-
of a giant ape?
See if it.
All right, we're gonna move on to Teth.
All right. Oops. Dun, dun, dun. Like, there you go. What I would like to do is move around here. I'll move just down one. So that's 50 feet there. Up one is 55. What I'd like to do, the actual trajectory is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be theoretically like this, and then Ion's going to move up there. But what I'd like to do, bear with me, Ion movement 60 feet, or I'll eventually use 60 feet. We'll use 50 feet of that movement, and then essentially I would like to position it so Ion is flying at this fucker, and Teth is just
Okay.
going to just get off of Ion mid-flight, and would like to collide with this asshole and punch him right in his fucking ugly face.
Okay.
So
yeah.
whatever that 30 feet is.
Yeah. Make your attack with advantage.
Okay. There's actually a secondary reason for this, but we'll go through that after here shortly. Jesus.
The least I can do for the extra velocity.
Well, let's see. Huh. Is it 16 hit?
16 does. 16 does not hit. No.
No.
I'll use. Let me ask you this: do I get a second attack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got two hands, don't you? No, I'm just kidding.
I
That's
do.
true. Business, pleasure.
That's okay.
There you go.
Wait, I thought you were right-handed. Pleasure.
That's why that's the business end. Gets shit done.
The pleasure's the stranger.
Let's just see what normal damage does for the time being. If I can read what I'm typing.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Oh,
Real good.
punch. Okay. This is the point in time where I will separate from Ion if you let me.
Yeah.
For the rest of the encounter.
How do you want to finish this ambusher off, Teth? That was exactly what you needed to drop it to 0.
That's hilarious. So the second caveat to that position specifically is to get within 20 feet of Coil, or maybe even closer. Knowing that Coil is a little bit not very confident and always kind of scared, Teth wanted to position himself with his 20-foot aura. So Coil is simultaneously being bolstered by his frightened aura. So he's immune to being frightened, and is just going to just fucking rock this rock golem's face into its body.
Yeah. Yeah, and you just you see mud just gush out of all the cracks, just like squirt out like peanut butter in a pair of Crocs.
Oh,
What?
not
Why? Why would you say that?
Where's,
It got the visual across.
yeah. I was trying to find a picture for you all, but oh well. Okay,
I don't want
perfect.
to see it. I don't want to see peanut butter and cracks.
Oh yes, you do.
That's a very specific kink.
Excuse me. But yeah, after doing that, I'll go ahead and attempt to bolster Coil's confidence. Tell him basically the same thing, reiterating what I had said before. There's somebody here who's using this magic similar to yours. We need to reverse it or we're going to get crushed.
Oil's going to start sweating, but it's a very strange sensation for him because his body is reacting like he's being frightened, but he can't be frightened. So mentally, he's totally stable, but physically, his body is just like
You still got the stress sweats, like it stinks.
panicking. Yeah. His body's going into shock, but his mind's like, "Great, let's do it." Fine.
That's 100% like the iconic like the hero phrase where it's like they move without even thinking, right? Like they don't realize their body's
Yeah.
moving, so they do some heroic action. That's
Yeah.
Coil, except he's stress sweating.
Yeah. Upon this ambusher going down, all of these will be reduced back down into the ground as well. If I can select this
Coil,
last
look, it's
one.
working. You've done it.
Coil, you've done it, Coil. Yes, Coil.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. We were trying to remember at the game night what the guard was that we like hoisted up as like the chosen one. Was it like Keith or something?
Philip.
Philip.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Philip. Thank you.
that's right.
Oh, the other. Sorry, wrong Philip.
Phil, yeah.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of a different guy. Sorry.
Were you thinking of the one with Ken?
Yeah, Philip worked
Philip.
with Ken. Philip
Yeah,
worked for Ken.
He's the one that did Vern adopt him? Somebody adopted him.
Brackle and I
Beth.
Brackle and Vern both talked him up, and then I think we collectively saw the rest of the group disgusted with what we were doing, and then we backpedaled pretty
We
hard.
abandoned him.
I have never to speak.
I took him in.
I smited a perfectly
lives in
normal
Muir.
commoner. So,
That is true. Wait, the one that you ran
I
into?
still tell
You just,
people
hit
about
like a
that.
freight train?
Oh god.
Use the orb of Talos to double smite him.
Oh my god.
You will all notice it. Well, since you talk to Coil in the same action, these lines might get a little bit blurry. But right when you kill that ambusher, the walls speed up, and it is moving in double the pace for just a moment. So it encroached 10 feet instead of 5 upon
No,
the
Coil, no.
ambusher being killed. Coil, what are you doing? Stop! Other way.
the other way.
That's going to bring us to Eric.
So the wall, did it already shrink? Did I miss that?
It already shrunk.
Okay, so you've already moved it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
the ambusher next to Bagels may be connected to the stone wall, or just these magical effects. We're now learning the ambushers are somewhat tied to them. It may just be a, pick and choose game of which one it is, but I wonder, would Eric believe that he could dispel magic? Choose a creature, object, or magical effect, and then is it? I don't know the way it works, right? I guess the spell's not on that target, so I can't do that. Never mind. And it's not like counter spell where I can. Anyway, I guess I'll just try to
Right.
end. Yeah, I'll just try to do damage to the ambusher next to Bagels.
Okay.
So let's do Sacred Flame. Because I ran out of spell slots last couple long rests, so I might as well try to preserve some with some cantrip instead of casting. So that's a Dex 20 save, please.
Okay. That is going to meet it and save.
Okay. So it will be for 12 damage, 12 radiant.
Okay.
Oh wait. Target must succeed or take 1d8. So it's not half. It's just now it's 1 damage or 1d8. Am I reading that right?
If you fail, it's 1d8 radiant damage.
But am I just reading it that way because it increases later? I don't know. I'm confused.
It goes by level. So the 1d8 for you is now 3d8. But it does not look like
It doesn't do the
it
half.
takes any damage, actually.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay. Never mind. Sorry.
No half damage. Oh, that's fine.
I just assumed, right? Because that's like nearly every.
Ah,
Okay.
no.
So
all
then
good.
with my bonus action, I believe 60 feet away from the center of the storm sphere is the other ambusher. So bonus action, use the storm sphere lightning. I'll do a spell attack. Does a 26 hit?
It definitely does.
Great, okay. Let's hit him with 11
Shit.
lightning.
You fucking max the sacred flame.
Yeah,
Repeats.
but
Yeah, and then he saved though, so it didn't hit.
with just meeting it too. Damn. But yeah, 11 lightning to acid ambusher. Okay. Staying put where I am, saying
Okay.
to Halberad, don't die. I know you rolled your eyes, but don't die.
Words to live by.
Truly words to live by.
At initiative count
At its
20,
most
we have a
literal meaning.
lair action. It is going to bump the wall in 5 feet. Which will also push this ambusher back. And it's not letting me select the outer wall anymore, so that's just how it's going to be.
You know how it be.
And there will be some shifting of the plates beneath you. You three right in the center.
Yay.
You are going to drop into the ground.
I'm glad I got off ion.
Oh, just that? We do that all the time.
Yeah. It's not like that hasn't happened in the last couple days already. You are 20 feet down. And this is going to be 20 feet up. Florida, I guess. Oh.
A little bit.
That brings us to Hargrave, who is now sandwiched in between these two plateaus. He is going to move away from them and fire 2 arrows down at Ambusher D. Oh, that was the wrong thing.
I think
Ignore
I think
that.
this might take some judgment, but the storm sphere, if the stone wall is shrinked into the storm sphere, usually a creature at the end of the turn makes a strength save and then takes bludgeoning damage based on that. So is there sort of bludgeoning damage applied to the wall?
Interesting. Yeah, I would say that the wall, once it starts encroaching into the sphere, you can see some surface destruction. Well, maybe not. You can't see it from where you are because you're behind a pillar now.
No.
But there is some surface destruction that is consistently regenerating, but it is chipping away at the face of the wall. Yes.
Okay.
So 23 damage to Ambusher D.
Aha.
And she's going to use a bonus action to reload an explosive canister into her bow. Urzok, you see 2 arrows fly right past your face, and essentially just break off both of this one's arms. She hit some weak spots, and it is looking like it's in pretty bad shape. That's going to bring us to Vern Wellerby, because this can't do anything. It's just going to fly, keep flying around.
Okay. I'll use my bonus action to sprout my wings. And I'll use my movement to fly up and just stay hovering in the air. Where I can still see the guy that's harassing Bagels.
Okay.
And I'll hit him with the chromatic orb at. How bad does he look from this great distance? Does he seem like a lot of his exterior is chipped off? Is he more mud or more rock?
He is still more rock than mud.
All right, that's fair. We'll do a 5th level. Chromatic orb. It should be a 21.
That hits, yeah.
43.
Ooh! Big
Wow.
hit. He's more mud than rock now. That's for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, big hit. Good job.
So those were 2 1s.
It was for Bagels. Yeah, and admittedly, It looks bigger than what my last rolls are or were, but this was at a higher level, so not as impressive, I guess. But if you ignore that and just look at the number, then yeah, you're right. This is bigger than the 32 and 38 or whatever I had before.
Great job, Vern.
Absolutely correct. Thank you. Thank you.
Good job, Vern. Good job, Trent.
Been really good all session, Trent. Great rolls.
Oh, yeah.
Keep going.
Really, you have. And
Truly broke
Very
the
good.
curse, I think.
When people cross bagels, that's when you see the real Vern come through.
Get away from my bagels.
He
that
could work
guy
on the real
is,
numbers that I want to.
he's going to return fire directly to you, Vern.
Rude.
He's going to move as close as he
I
can
dipped
get.
down below the lip. I'm just kidding.
I mean, that's fair. I think you still had movement speed. Are you actually going back down? I will honor it if you do.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right. Instead, he's going to target Z-Flow.
Oh,
Wow.
That for sure is going to go back to bagels.
You
Well,
can't
that's so
see
bogey,
bagels
right?
right
That
now.
makes-
So thankfully, this plateau is in between him and Bagels. So the only creatures he can see are Hargrave and Z-Flow right now.
bagels, two
he
toots
can
if you're
still
okay.
see he can still see Ion and Peep Up because they are flying 30 feet above ground. If that
Oh.
matters. In case you want to take your shot at Peep Up.
No,
He's come too far.
Best way to end this
Not-
campaign.
not right now. Yeah, I know.
Fastest way to
You want
get your
all of
house
your-
egged.
All right, he's going to throw a rock at Z-Flow and miss.
You're going to come up to your car and it's going to be keyed with Peep Up forever on
Peep Up's pizza.
it. Peep Up pizza.
I just imagine the conversation with you and Rhiannon. Rhiannon's like, Michael, who the fuck is Peep Up? What is a Peep Up? And why is it on our car?
What a suspect name too. Like of all the NPC names that it could be,
Peep Up's
Peep Up is
Pizza
the
Palace.
worst thing that it could be.
It sounds like a sound that Beaker from the Muppets makes.
I mean, he's basically Beaker.
Yeah.
As close as we have to a Beaker in this game.
Beaker's like a minor criminal.
Yeah. If Beaker was a forgery artist, yeah. Ambusher C is going to come up on you, Brackle Kong, and attempt to miss you with an attack. That's what he's going to do.
Good job.
And Ambusher E is still hitting on this stone wall. Not making it
Hey, you look good. Baby.
very far.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
That's what it came across as. You so big.
You stone cold fox.
Oh, but yeah. Stone.
All right. Zethlo is going to take an attack back at the ambusher since he shot first, and Zethlo is going to try and shoot back, but he will miss as well, unfortunately. And that's going to bring us to Urzok, the Eternal Blade.
The blade.
Come on, Blade.
Mm.
Do 3 more attacks on.
That does sound like a sequel or something of Blade, Eternal Blade, or Blade
Yeah.
Eternal, something like
Blade
that.
Eternal.
How almost dead does this guy next to me look?
He looks real rough. He is not in good shape whatsoever. To the point where the top of his body is kind of just like slumping over.
I'm gonna
He's
burn.
firing his projectiles kind of like out of his side.
I bet he
Burn
wishes he
a
was charmed by me.
2nd level spell slot,
At this point, he does.
Mm-hmm.
and you will see Urzak's just going to point the tip of his sword and shoot beams of magic out of it. And I will cast Jim's magic missile.
Hey.
One
There we
dart
go.
at Close Boy, and then 3 at this guy down here.
No, he's charmed.
Fuck. Is there any reason for me to know that?
You're gonna rock block him. He's flirting with the wall right now.
Don't
I
rock
say-
block him. Come on.
Too easy for you, Trent.
I think that you would, because he hasn't been attacking anybody this whole time. He's just been punching the wall.
a wall.
Either that, or he's just really scared and like regrets his decision.
Let me out!
Yeah. Let me out! Let me out! Let me out!
This is not it.
In that case, I am not going to cast magic missile.
I'm Maxine.
Is that one's broken? It's just punching the wall.
I will just wall up on this guy.
That's the real rug pull, is that these are all just prisoners from the prison that died, and they just morphed into stone monsters.
I have to assume a 14 doesn't hit.
Through wild magic.
14 does not hit, unfortunately.
So one hit, 12 damage.
16 didn't hit either, so yeah, we know that.
Urzak 12 is one above what you needed. He had 11 hit points left. You are good to go with that one hit.
Get him.
Ooh, ooh.
Oh,
This is the part where we get ejected out of this 20-foot hole.
Zoop.
Everything just snaps back in.
We go up into the heat barrier,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just instantly incinerated.
I guess with my movement, stay the fuck away from that guy who's about to start shagging that wall. I'm just move upwards.
Give me kissy.
All right, Eric, you and Halbarad on top of Bagels are going to be shunted in as the wall moves, as is this maniac down here. And just like before, these will return to normal. And I need a strength save from all of you that are down in the pit.
With
What if I
Teth's
just dipped a little lower? I'm still
aura.
flying though.
Yeah, I have +5 if you're within 20 feet, which actually is probably everybody.
I think everybody, yeah.
Oh, down in the pit. Oh, I thought that
Down
was
in the
up.
pit. Yeah.
Except for is Vern flying? Vern's flying, right? So you
Yeah,
wouldn't
I'm
need
still
to-
airborne. Like I dipped just below the lip, but if it launches up, then I'm just gonna it's gonna bump me a bit. But
About
Yeah,
to
that'll be
get-
fine.
I kind of want to get like a piece of popcorn. Oh,
Twinsies.
a million. 27. All right, roll a 27. Zondel. And Coil.
Zondel rolled a 17 for a 22 with your bonus.
What about our boy Coil?
Yeah.
Coil
five.
is not great with strength. 14 does save. 14 does save.
Woo!
Same modifier for Peepup though, so let's see if he can do a little bit better. Good. Yeah, everybody
Hey,
saves.
that boy.
He's on the plane.
You are all. It raises more gradually than you expect, and you are all safe from being flung up into the heat barrier.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
Although now it's very apparent that the outer barrier is much closer. There we go. It's closing in. Where's my tracker?
All along, the magical effect associated with the stone wall is the one attacking the stone wall. If that's what we think is, I don't want to have the above table be spoiled how it works, but
I thought
Be
each
funny.
stone wall was a different dude. But we have 2 left, looks like, right? No, we have. Wait.
3.
Oh,
You have
I was
3.
gonna.
yeah,
I was going to tell you, I heard it when you were earlier, Brad. You were talking about Dispel Magic. That was like literally the second round I took. I thought about it too, but
hmm
I wanted to investigate a little bit more, which kind of talked about how they look like natural elements, but they're like magically being manipulated, right? So
Correct.
there is a
So
potential there. I thought about it.
Dispel magic might work. You'd have to upcast it, and I would require a check with it as well, because this is a very powerful magical effect that is not a spell.
okay.
Oh.
That's going to bring us back to Bracklebath.
I'm going to take this gentleman to Pound Town.
Do it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Paddle 'em.
dirty 20 to hit on the first one.
That'll hit.
25 to hit on the second one. So I'll just do the total for both.
Okay.
$55.
Nice.
Total. And
That's a good hit.
is my turn. I gotta hop off. Guys, good playing with you. I'll see you next week.
All right,
Bye.
see ya.
Later, man.
Goodbye.
GG's.
It's going to bring us to Teth.
Okay. Are you interested in a coordinated Dispel Magic, Brad?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yep. Okay. Fuck me. I forgot I'm on the ground, and Ian has to come pick my fat ass up. How does it work mounting a creature?
That's a
It'll
good
use,
question.
I think it uses a little bit of movement, is all.
No.
Yeah, I'm inclined to believe that it's not an action. I think it is movement.
Okay.
Mounting a friendly creature or unfriendly creature?
Yeah, friendly. Yeah.
Mounting and
It's
dismounting.
one. Not only that, but is an incredibly intelligent thing that I communicate with telepathically. So I imagine.
Mounting a friendly creature costs an amount of movement equal to half of your speed.
Okay, so it'd be half. Oh, balls.
Oh my god, there's like mounted combatant. There's a feat that like changes that to like 5 feet or something. It's like
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep.
it's such a like ribbon like feat. Like otherwise, like
Yeah.
oh, I save 15 feet of movement because now I've reduced it to 5 feet. So
It's one of the best feats you can take if you have mounted combat as the central pillar of your character, and it is the worst feat if any other case.
Yeah.
it's so circumstantial. Yeah.
I think I'll just keep Peep up there, not being burnt, not being crushed. And I will, of course, I can't, I'm still linked, but I'll just move everything for the time being. If I can. Basically, going to go out in the open here. And look over to Eric. So basically, use test movement of 30 feet. Move 30 feet down that way. and call out to Eric and just say, see, make sure I don't have anything that can boost this. Probably not. You know, it would have been hilarious if we just would have walked out of here.
That would be funny.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna look over towards Eric and he's gonna start basically charging his anti-magic laser beam, and he'll say, Eric, you pick the point. I'll help you dispel. And he is going to hold an action to cast a spell magic at the same point that Eric chooses to cast a spell magic on.
Teth, with Paylor's guidance, we will, locate this magical effect. Yeah.
That's nice. Nice little add-on.
I'm gonna look up Dispel Magic so I make sure that I know what's going on.
Oh, we're just breaking how it works completely.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
Wait.
I do kind of like how you run it, where like it's you basically make spell casting checks, right? But I do.
What level are you casting Dispel Magic at?
I only
And
have,
Eric, are you willing to match that?
so I only have 4th level spells. So he has much higher level spells than I do.
Yeah, I have up to level 8.
So I'll go
We have
ahead
a 4th
and
level.
yep, I'll sink a 4th.
Okay.
And basically, in an attempt to help boost, he's clearly. I mean, Eric's clearly a more venerable caster than Teth is. So he knows that basically Eric's going to basically be the spear point of where it's going to break the magic, and then Teth's going to kind of help push behind, essentially.
Yeah, Eric, go ahead and cast how you want to cast, because you're up next.
Oh,
I see.
that's true. I completely forgot about that.
So that worked out really well.
Okay.
And then Teth, go ahead and, as part of the same action, roll a performance check.
Performance. Oh, hey, it's charisma, so I have a +5. See how this is. I'll go ahead and use my inspiration. Oh shit! Yep, that'll do. 24 is much higher. I performed real good.
Okay. Do you want an ability check for my character to locate the best place to target?
Actually, yeah, that is a good idea. Make a nature check. Not at advantage, because you don't have your herbalism kit does not help you here, unfortunately.
Using the knowledge that oh fuck me.
Oh no. Do you have inspiration? I feel like everybody's gotten at least one count of inspiration at one point.
Character sheet doesn't show it, but the last time I got inspiration was for it was for something, but I'm pretty sure I used it.
Okay. What level are you casting Dispel Magic at again? Can you remind me? I must have blocked that out.
I think I'm gonna burn something pretty high. I would like to burn a seventh level slot.
Okay.
Fuck you both. 7th and a 4th.
Okay.
Looking
So this
into the
this
sky
is what
and
I'm gonna
seeing
do.
the heat and everything,
Uh,
we need to get the fuck out.
so Teth cast at fourth level. I'm gonna reverse that DC. So the DC against Teth will be 14. The DC against Eric will be 17 for a combined DC of 31. This entity is going to roll twice against your checks. The modifier is +4. So it's kind of on par with Teth's DC, but at disadvantage, stacked up against Eric. So it's going to be 2d20 plus 8, essentially. If they are under your number, if they're under 31,
Okay.
you're going to succeed.
So
okay.
they need to roll, under like a 12 average or something like that, or 11 average. 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. It's pretty mid.
All right, here's the first roll, contesting Teth. Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
Right on par for what you need.
Yeah.
So they have to roll under.
They have to roll a 19, right? Plus or 4? How does that work?
You're talking about 16?
Or no, 16, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
31 minus 14.
Under 12 on the die.
Well, they only have a +4. So.
Yeah, the
All right.
12. Yeah, below.
Yeah.
Here we go. Stacking up against Eric's 17. That cancels
31.
out Teth.
Oof. Yep.
Nice.
There you go.
You guys take it. Very cool. Very cool.
Whew.
Yeah, you focus. Where are you pointing this dispel magic, Eric?
Can Eric use like a little divination with that, as far as looking into the sky, seeing the heat barrier, and trying to see through the magical effect for Palor's light, kind of thing?
With a 10 nature, I am going to say no.
Oh, I see.
You're flying blind. Above table, wherever you point, it's going to work. You just have no frame of reference for what will be outside of the barrier.
Okay. That's cool. That's reassuring.
So you're not going to fit. You're not going to fail. You're not going to fail. That was what the check was for. So you guys rolled better than the outside entity here.
I was wondering if visually anyway, like the damage that's like regenerating, from the storm sphere or from the ambusher, sort of creates any, angle on.
I will
like,
say
where the source is. But yeah,
where the ambusher is, it's regenerating far too fast. He's just beating on the wall, and it's just
nothing
rebuilding itself. The storm sphere, it might be a good option though.
I mean, it's difficult terrain, but
You gotta thread the needle so you don't accidentally dispel the storm sphere.
oh yeah, there you go. Right, so let's open up near Z-Flow. Let's try to see if we can open up the effect there and try to get Z-Flow out.
Okay.
I don't know if Dispel Magic has like a range.
Not really. No. I mean, it has an area of 120 feet, but
yeah, it's pretty long.
Okay. So if it's not an area, maybe center and then catches 120 radius or something, but it's not.
It's pretty much 120 feet. You have to pick a magical effect. Yeah, within 120 feet.
Yeah, so over by Z-Flow.
With both of you casting, do you think 15 feet of affected area on the wall is fair? Because that'd be like 15 feet by 7 feet of affected, by 30 feet of affected stone.
I mean,
for an opening.
If you want my honest opinion, I think it would just completely dispel the magical effect. So,
yeah,
I don't know. You know what I mean? But if you want to make a hole, that's up to you.
I have to think about the source of this real quick.
Yeah, because it kind of depends if there's a bunch of different segments. Like if this was cut into a pie and that was 4 pieces, I could see maybe like one segment coming down.
Yeah, if there was like 4
It's-
different people doing it, that would make sense.
It's not. It's one thing.
So it's basically
Yeah,
like
I'm gonna drop the whole thing. I'm gonna drop the whole thing. You're right. This is how this is gonna happen. You cast detect magic. You cast dispel magic. Is this magical?
At
I
7?
think so. You drop everything all around you in a deluge of dust and rock and wind that's coming off of this massive piece of stone moving back into the ground. It falls right back into the sand. It is as if it was never there. All 3 of the remaining ambushers also sink back down. And the ground below you begins to rumble. And you were about to meet the creature that was doing this.
Oh,
so
I was
an Earth
hoping it'd
Titan.
be the methods with all the gems they found.
Yeah. It's just
Geyser.
600 methods.
Crystals.
Unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, not. If the page will load. Rising up beneath you. So you are all now, the ground is shaking. You start moving up. And below you, moving as its own giant portable landmass,
Whoa.
is this boy.
Yeah.
Nice.
It is big enough that all of you are moving with it. You are all on its back. And you can recognize it doesn't look exactly like this in the picture. It's more of a more like rock and dust and sand centric rather than grass and trees. But you recognize the type of shale type of rock on this giant
Well played.
creature's back. Yeah, yes. Okay, so
You been playing Pokemon recently, or
he's not playing.
Like, you see the source material, Barlos. We get it. It's fine to take inspiration from, a successful franchise like Pokemon. We understand.
He's got a
Jesus.
separate picture. He's got a separate picture for it, at least, right?
Yeah, just befriend it and name it Torterra. Fine.
it's crazy that it
Whatever
actually
you want.
it has the trees on it too. Like it's the same exact looking trees.
Yeah.
Actually, a brief aside about that. I don't know if any of you saw Detective Pikachu, the movie.
Oh,
There,
yeah. Like
there are Torterras in the movie Detective Pikachu, and like in the games, Torterra is like Venusaur size. It's like roughly the height of a trainer, right? It's a small it's kind of like a large sized beast. In Detective Pikachu, Torterras are like globe sized. So they're like this in the movie. They're just like these massively huge creatures.
Oh my God.
So this is exactly like that. I guess you're right. But this is a Zartan. Zaratan. It's a gargantuan earth elemental, and it is largely neutral. The only time it is aggressive is when it is protecting its territory. And with your D100 rolls
territory.
before, end the session right now. That's it. Let's end the session immediately. But it does understand a plethora of languages, so you can try to communicate with it. You can also you can exit turn order if I didn't say that. Initiative totally done once you drop the wall. You can try and talk to it if you want. It is just standing there. It's now all the way out of the ground, and you are standing on its back, probably 70 feet up in the air. It is giant.
Vern looks over at Eric because it's a nature thing, and waits for him to make a move.
Mhm.
Fair.
Eric wants to cast guidance on himself with Paylor's guidance. Eric would like to sort of insight the alignment, which we know is largely neutral, but just to confirm, and
Yeah.
and anything else that a new Pontag, Sea Elf, Druid would know about this creature.
I'll let you pick between insight and nature. Nature will be more statistical and based on how it's reacted to you all being there, and insight would be like a direct analysis of this individual creature.
I think then it would be nature for sure. Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
Is that advantage this time?
It is not. I have advantage because I know all of the potion components that I can pick off of this guy's back.
I need advantage, man.
With a 12, based on its reaction here and its demeanor so far, this tracks for you. If you walked into its into the space above its shell, a typical Zeraton would react this way. So this is normal. It doesn't seem to be an overtly evil creature. At least this one does not seem to be.
He's largely just non-reactionary. Is that correct?
He seems to be pretty docile at this point.
Well, looks like we're making turtle soup.
Yeah. For the whole country.
Or, yeah, the entire continent of Azura.
Yeah.
Eric will just say certainly beats running into
To a what?
ooze.
Yeah, you cut
ooh.
out during the.
Oh, did I? Ooze.
Vern will frown at that response and was hoping for more.
Well, that's it. What do you guys want to do now?
I'll fly down because I still have my wings up and hover
Okay.
like far enough away that if it is like a snapping turtle thing, it can't just like get me. And I
Fair.
want to say, I'll speak in I'll try Elvish first, and I'll say, we come in peace, great one.
It does understand you. It will talk back to you. Are you directly in front of its mouth?
Far enough away that it can't like get me.
Can I?
It's not going to try and snap at you.
No,
it's
okay.
Yeah.
it's so big though that when it starts speaking, it is going to push you back a little bit. Just the force of the breath.
I cantrip gust to keep myself where I am.
Vern, do you know any
Totally fair.
sub-dialects of elemental?
It understood him.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
good.
It will speak back to you, and it will say very slowly and very loudly, the apologies are deserved to you. I thought you were raiders.
No, certainly not. We are explorers, and we are searching for something um, that we feel might fall into wrong hands. Do you see the giants in the distance? And Vern gestures at the. Can it see it? How good are turtles' eyes? Probably shit, right?
You
Uh,
probably should.
he will actually just pass that on by and circle back to something earlier that you said. And he'll say, explorers and raiders, two sides of the same coin.
But many in our party search for knowledge and truth more so than treasures. Treasures mean very little to us, and Vern will take out the bow of what's his name and toss it over
Coraline.
his shoulder casually.
The Corlon's bow.
Also,
Just into the mouth.
also
into the
him
mouth of the elemental.
having just commanded all these mud methods to go find treasure for him.
I know. I'm really hoping that they don't all surface right now with like arms full of gems.
Master, we're here to satiate your greed.
lift charm.
Ooh, roll a D100, right?
Roll a D100. If you roll 5 or below, they're all popping up out of the ground right now.
You know, last time we did this, it was the other end of the spectrum and we hit it. So.
I know.
Oh shit! Oh, so close.
Why do I have to live dangerously? And also roll so little all the time.
Yeah. You said roll low. That was the keyword. The Trent's like, I got this.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Woo! I did say 5 or below, so I'm
did.
not going to take
Thank God.
any type of peripheral damage there to you. He will take note that you threw the bow over your shoulder,
I'll go remove it
and
from my items.
he'll say, what is it out this way that you are exploring for?
I mean, I think I
Definitely-
can trust it.
def-
It
Definitely
looks
not
like
treasure.
this. And I take my orb out that I have. The brother of this. They belong together.
I see. Then I shall take you there.
Oh,
It is not far. Just around the mountains to the west.
that's great. How fast how fast do you move?
5 feet a
If you had to
day.
quantify your movement speed as a number, what would it be?
If I had to put it into stat block mechanics, 40 feet.
Oh,
Not
okay.
bad.
Pretty
40
shocking.
feet of movement.
He can truck along.
terrible.
All right.
He sure can.
That's like-
Keeping pace with the
so
elephant.
Yes.
He also has a thing that, like, this is a crazy creature. It's like 300 plus hit points, like a wild natural armor class, and when it moves up to 10 feet, It can cause shockwaves through the ground up to 120 feet radius circles centered around its feet, and just
God.
like just
Also-
wreck everyone's day.
I wanna
Whoa.
I wanna point out that right now, what I'm picturing we're gonna have going on is, I don't know if any of you have read the Discworld books by Terry Pratchett, your sci-fi fans, but we're literally gonna
Mm-mm.
have this going on. Our
Yeah.
elephants on the turtle.
Yeah.
But now that no one gets the reference, let's move on. Can the elephants ride on top of this thing with us? Will it hurt you if our elephants ride on you?
I wasn't aware there were elephants on me.
Wait, are they already on them?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's that.
he's-
Okay,
he's-
this
he's
circle's.
that
I'm seeing this circle.
Mm.
That's the storm sphere, and I was thinking that's where the thing was. Okay.
Oh no.
So, well, if it doesn't hurt you, and you
I'll
feel like you can
stop
still
concentrating
book it
on
at
that.
40 feet, then I'd say, yeah, let's get going.
Yeah, you guys are. I guess Zethlo will kind of come back in. Yeah, this. It's like this big.
Can
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I was
If-
gonna say
okay.
It's a huge guy. Yeah.
If you take us there, what do you want? Name what you want. Anything what you want.
you want this bow?
Yeah.
Looks
if
like a
we get to
tasty
point,
snack.
If we get to a point where there's a door of the gods, and there's like slots for every weapon that they had, we need Coralon's arcane bow. I'm gonna be. I kind of.
I got a basin.
I have
We're okay.
Zapdos like fly back covertly and grab the bow. When the turtle guy is facing the direction to the west.
At this point, just give the bow to an NPC. Make some random NPC's day, and put them in
Man.
your debt for the rest of their life.
Just give it
You're
to.
giving me a legendary bow.
Yeah, dude, give it to Hargrave. She'll love you forever. Don't you have a crush on her?
Yeah, but Hargrave's been kind of cold and distant, so Vern's sort of moving on. That was like a
You
child.
give it to
might-
Des.
She might be able to
Des will
hit.
take it.
Oh yeah, Des is a pew pew.
I think Peep Up would be a great archer.
Peep up.
You got to
going
train him
home.
up. He'll say in response to you, Eric.
Mhm.
One doesn't make decisions like that in a pinch. I shall think it over.
Just telling him, very wise.
And if you are all ready, he will start walking towards the mountains. Directly west.
As we're walking, I want to ask him, is the path forward safe as far as you know?
Every path is safer when you're on my back.
Aw.
That's fair.
This has all been in Elvish also. So if you don't understand Elvish, you're just talking to like a moaning turtle mountain.
Oh,
you don't hear any words, you just hear rumbling turtle sounds.
if any of the party looks super confused, then Eric will translate.
Yeah,
Liz?
and you guys are on
Yeah.
your way.
Nice.
Coil, Vern, and I.
I will call the session there. Good combat. That didn't really go the way I envisioned it going. not because of the rod of rulership. I don't think I implemented the rules very well. But that's okay.
That was good.
It was supposed to be more suspenseful, and it was just like this circle is inching towards you and not really affecting you at all. I made it way too big.
Ah,
to begin with. I made it way too big. Was the problem?
I honestly, I don't really necessarily think that you did. I think it's just that out the gate we are like, well, this is a fucking problem. Like if you had a
Also
if you
that.
had- yeah, because I've been in encounters before in other campaigns where it's like, hey, there's a mechanic you have to do a thing, but it's like having like a mini puzzle, but like in the middle of combat.
Mm.
And if the players don't catch on to that little mini mechanic or like the little mini puzzle, there it's just like, oh, what the fuck are
Snowballs.
we doing? Yeah.
Really, the only trigger to drop it, other than a giant contested dispel magic, which was a very cool way to do that. Actually, both of you take inspiration for that. That was cool. Was to just kill the 5
The 5, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Mhm.
5 ambushers.
Yeah.
But once you charmed the one, I was like, there's a possibility that this one just never dies. And this circle is going to keep shrinking and shrinking, and you're never going to kill this thing. Right when Urzak was about to cast magic missile, I was like, this is the key. It's going to seem like a bad thing at first, but that's the path forward. And then it didn't happen.
Wow, interesting.
I mean, I think
But
if we would have
that's
got
okay.
we would have got to the last, like it was just that guy left, so it'd been like, okay, well maybe we need to kill him.
Yeah, that'd be pretty clear at that point then.
Yeah. The temple coming up, I like it a lot, though.
Yeah.
It'd be really cool. Hopefully. I hope that you guys think it's really cool, too.
My rod of rulership charge is burned out, so won't be any of those
I'm glad
shenanigans
you
happening.
used it here. Yeah.
I
Many days for to hang out for. Just hang out for
Before-
like
actually,
7 days at the
24
entrance.
hours.
Yeah, it's just
24
roaming around the
hours?
desert on the top
I
of
stayed
the...
a day. I need 1 day for that.
Oh
it's the
Jesus, dude!
it's the Wellerby horn that summons all those Vernlings that needs like
Yeah.
3
7
months
days
or
or
something.
something.
Oh,
That
7
feels
days.
that feels backwards to me. We should have Vernlings every day. Rider rulership once every 2 weeks.
I tend to agree.
Burnlings are
Before we jump in next week, just make sure that your alternate characters are where you want them. There's not a guarantee that they'll come into play next week, but they might. It depends on how quickly you move through the first little portion. So just make sure that you look those over again and you familiarize yourselves with those character sheets, because you might use them. You might not. Definitely in 2 sessions, if it's not next week.
Nice.
Okay.
Cool.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you, guys. I appreciate you as always. I will see you next week.
See you guys. Have a good
Ready.
night.
See ya.
You guys
Bye.
Later.
Dang.